Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're gonna check out top 3 best GPU for gaming. Starting at number 3. Intel Core i9 to 9900K. The Intel Core i9 to 9900K takes the multi-core lead from AMD with record-setting processing power. However, those looking for the ultimate gaming processor should look elsewhere. The new Intel Core i9 to 9900K is the step forward in mainstream processors we've been waiting for. It's the CPU we hoped Intel would make ever since AMD Ryzen processors won up the company with high core counts and massive multi-threading performance. Unfortunately, in our testing, it doesn't prove to be quite the world's best gaming processor that Intel touted it to be, at least not with the drivers currently out there. We'll be continuing our testing with the Intel Core i9 to 9900K, but until then this CPU may better serve content creators than gamers looking to squeeze more frames per second into the PCs. Not only is the Intel Core i9 to 9900K one of two of the company's first mainstream octa-core processors, the other being the Intel Core i7 to 9700K, but it also features the highest thread count in the Coffee Lake refresh lineup at 16. This translates to hyper-threading performance that will finally outpace its AMD rivals, the Ryzen 2nd generation processors. Speaking of AMD, the Ryzen 7 2700X also features 8 cores and 16 threads with base and boost clock speeds of 3, 7 GHz and 4, 3 GHz, respectively. Intel's new Core i9 chip, on the other hand, is rated to start at a 3, 6 GHz base frequency and boost to 5, 0 GHz with a single core, or 4, 7 GHz with 6 to 8 cores. Check out the description for more information and latest price. Coming at number 2. AMD Ryzen 9 3900X 12-core. The build-up to AMD's launch party for its Ryzen 3000 CPUs, aka 3rd Gen Ryzen, aka Zen 2, has been huge. The Ryzen 3000 processors are the first mainstream CPUs to utilize a 7nm manufacturing process. After flirting with the crown for the first 2 Ryzen generations, this could be the day when AMD claims an outright victory. Will the Ryzen 9 3900X be the best CPU for gaming and everything else? It's time to find out. The focus here will be on the Ryzen 9 3900X, though the 3700X and 3600X are also included in the performance slides. Let's start with a high-level overview before moving on to the real-world performance results. The short summary of changes for the Zen 2 architecture is still quite extensive. Zen 2 adds an improved 2-layer Tage branch predictor, a larger micro-op cache, doubles the maximum size of the 3-layer cache, and doubles the AVX floating point performance. There's also a third address generation unit, larger buffers, multiplication latency is reduced to 3 cycles, and there are wider buses to improve bandwidth. There's also PSI-GEN4 support, changes to the Infinity Fabric that links everything together, and improvements in memory compatibility. Wrap all of that up in a 7nm bow, then move the memory controller out of the main CPU chiplet and into a secondary I/O chiplet and stick both into a single package, with the option to have dual CPU chiplets on higher tier models like the 3900X. That's the Ryzen 3000 family, currently with everything from 6-core 12-thread models like the Ryzen 5 3600 that use a single CPU chiplet with 2 XS, up through the current king of the hill Ryzen 9 3900X with 12 cores and 24 threads spread out over 2 CPU chiplets, and the Ryzen 9 3950X will be a 16-core 32-thread solution, coming soon. And number 1 of this list. AMD Ryzen 9 5950X 16-core. With the Ryzen 5000 series, it's fair to say that AMD has finally, and fully, eclipsed Intel's performance dominance in desktop PCs. AMD's flagship $799 Ryzen 9 5950X has landed in our labs, boasting 16 cores and 32 threads bristling with the potent new Zen 3 microarchitecture. AMD's new Halo part expands Ryzen 9's dominating lead in productivity applications and beats Intel's competing processors in every other metric, including 1080p gaming performance, by surprising margins. Our 5950X sample even breaks the 5 GHz barrier at stock settings, outstripping its spec and making it an easy choice for our list of best CPUs, all while radically altering our CPU benchmarks hierarchy. But the Ryzen 9 5950X is just the tip of the Zen 3 spear. We also have the more amenable $549 Ryzen 9 5900X that comes with 12 cores and 24 threads. Aside from its bruising performance in applications, it's even faster than the 5950X in gaming, even beating out Intel's overclocked flagships at 1080p too. AMD's clockwork execution on new Zen architectures has slowly whittled away Intel's performance superiority with each new launch, though, leaving Intel an ever-shrinking cross-section of advantages. To counter, Intel added more cores and features of its own, but AMD's relentless innovation left Intel clinging to the life raft of its single-threaded performance advantage. AMD narrowed the gap when it transitioned to the denser 7nm process and Zen 2 architecture for the Ryzen 3000 chips, which largely reduced Intel's gaming advantage to the imperceptible level, particularly in the mid-range of the market. With sales surging, AMD has begun to capitalize by repositioning itself as a premium brand. The first signs of that shift began with the company's recent Ryzen XT lineup, which found the company largely discarding some of the freebies we've become accustomed to and tacking on a higher price tag to its almost imperceptibly faster chips. I have included this product links in the description. You can check out this link for more information and latest price. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel, leave a like and share with your friends.